Now, 10 suspects linked to the Phoenix murders are expected to make their second appearance at the Verulam Magistrate's Court this morning. About 30 people died in the wake of violence in KwaZulu-Natal. Today, the suspects are expected to apply for bail. Our reporter Karinda Jagmohan gives us more. Karinda, a very good morning to you. Scores of people have come out for this matter. Let's talk about what's happening outside of that court.
Well, good morning to you. A heavy police presence outside court, and you can see various political parties have come to the doorsteps of this court to protest as the suspects accused of murder with regards to the incidents in the Phoenix community are appearing and expected to apply for bail today. My colleague Spongiseni Nguban is showing you the ANC demonstration that's happening out here. It's part of the eThekwini region. The ANC branches here saying, let's fight racism together. Calling for an end to such violence. We're also seeing government officials here as well, the Education MEC Kwazi Mshengu. In fact, we're just going to try and get to the MEC to speak to him briefly. MEC, we are live on Newsroom Africa. We see you here joining this protest. Can you just tell us briefly about your message outside the Verulam court as the suspects are going to appear?
Well, our message is that as South Africans, we have a duty to build a South Africa where we all coexist in peace. A South Africa that is truly non-racial and truly united. And the incidents of the past where we saw the indiscriminate killing of Africans by a group of vigilantes of Indian origins is what brought us here. And the message that we want to underline is that that must not be interpreted to mean that everyone of Indian origin is a racist. As you can see here, we have a lot of brothers and sisters of Indian origin also standing against what we can define as senseless and racial motivated killing. But we all are acknowledging that it doesn't define the people of Indian origin. So we're here to stand on the side of victims and demand the law to be minted against those who killed the African people, so that as we build peace, we have a solid foundation of justice and then build from there to build a non-racial society.
The Education MEC in KwaZulu-Natal, Kwazi Mshengu, he's part of the ANC demonstration happening here. Other political parties that are here as well. The AFR that's here protesting. They've been here from early this morning as well. Again, calling for these suspects to be denied bail and saying... There's also members of the EFF as well. We're just actually going to walk to the other side of the court as well. Heavy police presence. There are SAPS, Metro Police, and the SANDF. Now, we know that at this stage there are COVID-19 regulations, but it seems that many residents in this area have come out to protest because of the conversation that has been happening around the deaths that occurred in Phoenix. 38 people have died in that area, and many of these deaths are suspected to be racially motivated, essentially becoming hate crimes. The 10 suspects here, we understand 3 of them are accused of murder as well as attempted murder. The EFF is also among the groups that are demonstrating. You can see they've also been here from early this morning. Let's try and have a word with them. All right, sir, we're just looking for someone who's going to speak to us from the EFF, but at the same time, KwaZulu-Natal has also always expected to be placed under a state of disaster. The KZN Premier announced yesterday that this would happen to reprioritize some budgets. So while we're seeing demonstrations on the ground, and the government as well, they've also declared that this province will be placed under a state of disaster. Let's go and speak to some of the representatives here. Thank you, sir. Can you just tell us your name and your surname and the protest and demonstration that is happening? Tell us why members are here today.
My name is Semba Mvubu. I'm the chairperson of the EFF in the eThekwini region. So we decided to gather here to show solidarity to the victims that were actually affected by the massacre. This was conducted by the racist Indians there in Phoenix. So this is why we gathered here today. We could have been more, but obviously as you can be aware, there are these nonsensical continuous lockdown regulation imposed to us by the government of Ramaphosa. This is why we've gathered here, to show solidarity to the victims of this Phoenix massacre.
How are people on the ground feeling at this time in the Phoenix area? Are people feeling safe, or is there still a fear on the ground with regards to residents?
Obviously, they are angry more than anything else, and they are seeking justice. Those are racist killers. Those were responsible for butchering our people like animals like that, must be brought to justice. So we hope and appeal that the police, working together with the prosecuting authorities, they must make sure that justice is done and is safe, so that people can at least get closure. We know that even if they can be sentenced, but obviously this will not bring them back. So, but at least if they can get what's called justice, at least they will be able to get closure. So this is why we are here.
Thank you very much for speaking to us. Well, there you go, for different political parties demonstrating outside the Verulam Magistrate's Court. There is a heavy presence by the SANDF from early this morning. A major part of the road is also closed. And now, just to remind our viewers that the 10 suspects appeared at the Verulam court on Monday, but they appeared in camera, which means they appeared privately only before court officials. Prosecutors said that this was because an identity parade had not been done yet, and so any visuals or representations of them would impact the investigations that are ongoing. But today we expect a formal bail application, and currently there is also an application by the media before this court to allow our cameras inside. That is still being considered as of now. Journalists or reporters can't really enter this court yet. We're waiting for some kind of indication as to when proceedings are going to get underway. But on the ground, the atmosphere is such that there's anger on the ground with regards to what has happened over the past few weeks in these particular areas with regards to the incidents of racial profiling seen at some of the illegal roadblocks. Much of the social fabric that once joined many communities has been broken down, and this is now what we are seeing on the ground outside the court where these suspects are going to appear.